Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about leadership. False leaders, people who have no business being in
Yeah,
anybody's
leadership.
control. We saw this a lot at school with a lot of organizations, um, from Greek to just everything. No business being in anybody's power. Uh, the thing that really bothers me, baffles me really, about leadership in college is that we're 20 and above. The fuck, you can't run an organization and you grown? How the hell
Hmm.
that work? Like, how the hell you? I mean, people are making dumbass decisions. Like,
And to me, it's like part
I
of
can't
it
say
is
the next
that.
part because I ain't supposed to know. So I,
Oh, what was it saying?
I can't take to finish the video.
Oh, okay. I think half the reason why people have leadership issues is because people are not training them to have training them the right way to become leaders, and also the people who are leading and teaching them to be leaders don't know what it is to be a real true leader. Thankfully, I've been blessed with people at my church who are true good leaders, people who are I went to school with who are good leaders, teachers I've had who are good leaders, things like that. So I've only been around good leadership. So therefore, when it came down to being a part of GX, being the vice president of GX Tech team again, doing the plug for you, GX
Just
Tech
chicks
team
17.
of UNCG.
Right.
Um, when it came to being vice president of that and being director and praising leader of Gospel Choir, UNCG Neo Black Society Gospel Choir, that's a plug for you too, at UNCG. Um, when it came down to me doing things like that, even before then, I knew how to run a meeting. I knew how to run a rehearsal. I knew how to run, how to deal with people, how to relate to people, how to, what I spit, how to, excuse me, how to solve issues, how to handle issues, things like that. And not to put myself first, not to have remove my opinion and deal with what the facts were and deal with what was needed what was needed. Yeah, that's the thing with leadership. You have to know what you have to do. You gotta know what your goal is. You gotta know what your group is about. The people who you're leading. You gotta know what their issues are, what their views are. You have to cater to them, and also you gotta cater to what your future is and what the futuristic goal is. You can't just be like, oh, I just want to do this because this is what I want to do. I want to do this because this is what I see the group being. Blah blah. You have to have a vision, yes, but you also have to worry about the people that you're leading as well, because their vision might be a better vision, and so with being a leader, you have to be versatile. You have to know what you're doing. You really have to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, your organization will fail and it will fall apart. And
Hmm.
I mean, I've seen plenty of organizations fall apart and I've seen many organizations come from being nothing into being something big. Because I'm gonna put it up there. Spartan Force. If you look at Spartan Force at UNCG's campus, I don't care. You look at Spartan Force at UNCG's campus. Look at if you was there my freshman and sophomore year, it was a little crummy. I'm sorry. It was crummy my freshman and sophomore year. I don't know what the situation was. I really don't care what the situation was. I really don't know your situation like that. But once Kellis took over and the other young lady, junior year, I don't know what happened, but y'all just went to a whole nother level, and it was awesome. From the drum line to the trumpets to whatever to the dance girls, flag girls. I mean, it was off the hook. Y'all touring and going here and there. Y'all doing y'all thing, and basically, I would have to say it's because of leadership and the people that y'all had in place in leadership. And I think also it was just starting off too, so therefore y'all had to get through the kinks and things like that as well. But that's just an example of how it can come from something small and turn something big just because of leadership and because of the right people taking over and doing and having the vision and and doing the right thing really. So leadership is it's a really you really have to know what you're doing. You really do. You can't just jump into it like you can't be selfish to be a leader. And as the saying goes, sometimes you have to follow in order to lead. Because if you don't, sometimes you don't follow, you don't see good or bad leadership. sometimes when you follow, you'll see the bad leadership, and you make a point to yourself, okay, let me not be that type of leader, because I know that's not going to work. So if you never follow, you will never see bad or good leadership. So therefore, when you get up there, you could be that bad leader. You will never know it. You think you're doing fine, and you really don't really know. So that's what I have to say about leadership as of now.
I won't touch on that right there.
I'm saying it just popped in my head. That's
um,
how I felt.
my okay, if you're a big organization, it's really hard to treat everybody as an individual. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to get everybody to understand what everybody's feeling. But there are ways. Open yourself up. If you are an executive board and you have a big organization, please make everyone feel welcome. Please make everyone feel like they have a voice. And if you are part of a big organization, have a voice. Stop sitting in the fucking background complaining about shit and
And not doing nothing.
you ain't taking no steps to correct it, okay? So, um if you're a leader in a big organization, make sure that everybody has a voice and be open to everybody's opinion because you're not always right. What may work for you may not work for the whole. So, so sorry, perverted moment right there. Um, are you judging? That's
Yeah,
fine.
judging.
So if you're because I'll say this, as the president for 3 years of Generation X Step Team, uh,
At UNCG,
at UNCG,
University of North Carolina at Greensboro.
at Greensboro, amen. As the president for 3 years, there were things that worked for me that didn't work for my teammates. And there were people who tried to step over me and be all obnoxious about it.
Got smacked down, but
And yeah, but but there were people in my organization who came to me and said, Jaleesa, genuinely was like, this is not working for me. And I had to take a step back, reflect, and talk to my executive board and say, hey, my members are feeling some type of way. We need to try to do this, this, that, and the third. And anybody who's ever been a part of my organization, if you don't feel this way, kiss my ass. Um, Anybody who's ever been a part of my organization will say for me that I have always gone above and beyond to try to do the best that I could to satisfy my members' needs. It was never perfect, and it's not going to be perfect, but I did the best that I could to to be the best leader for them, to provide the best environment for them, to to be open to everybody's ideas. If you didn't feel that way, and when you own the organization, suck a dick. I don't give a damn. And I hope it squirts in your mouth and you choke on it. So if you don't feel that I went above and beyond for you, go to hell. That was nasty.
yeah.
Oh well, So that's one thing you cannot say about me that I didn't do my best. So go ahead. That's it.
Another thing with leadership, you have to know when to separate business from personal.
Mm-hmm.
You might have somebody your fraternity, sorority. Oh, I should have said that. That's gonna sound wrong when I say this. Whatever. Or
Organization.
organization, or in your group that you might have messed around with or dated, or somebody are real good friends with, might be your best friend or whatever. You got to learn how to separate business from personal. Cause me and Jaleesa, we're best friends, but we was president and vice president of GX. There was times I was dead wrong, and she had to correct me, or I was being corrected. There was times when she was wrong, and I had to say something or something like that. It was like and we couldn't take it personal. And we ran GX without being, keeping personal feelings or whatever. And we kept our friendship till we got the meeting. We was best of buddies or whatever. You have to learn how to separate business from personal, because if you don't, your organization will fail. Your leadership,
Mm-hmm.
that it'll mess up everything. And you have to let people know, like, look, I'm the leader of this group. You might be my best friend, my boyfriend, girlfriend, blah blah blah. But yo, you out of line right now. I gotta let you know you out of line. Outside of this, we can put all this behind us, whatever. But in here, it's business. You gotta treat it like as if it's your business. Your own personal business or whatnot. So that's another tip about leadership.
So be a good leader, or you will fail. And if you didn't feel like I was a good leader,
Oh.
we out.